Today we will see the verse number 26. So in continuation with the Vishnu Sahasranamam, the gunas of the Bhagavan, the beautiful, beautiful words are going to be there in this verse, what we are going to see. Suprasadaha prasannatma vishvadruk vishvabhuk vibhuku satkarta sakritaha sadhur chahnur narayano nar. So you can see the Narayana Shabdam, which is very, very prominent. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Narayanaya Vitmahe. So those are all the words those are all the things which we describe about this Paramatma. So the Narayana Shabdam is one of the prime mantra. So that comes under this verse. So this verse is a very important verse for us. And some people, even they only chant certain verse only. For them, this verse is considered to be the mantra because it contains the Narayana Shabda. Right? So it says, Suprasadha Prasannatma Vishvadruk Vishvabhuk Vibhuku Satkarta Satkritaha Sadhur Japur Narayano Nara. So we'll see the understanding, we'll try to see the meaning of it. Suprasadaha, which is called Suprasadaha. Prasadam means but that which been given to us by Bhagavan's blessing. So whatever we go, then some in the temple they offer it to the god and then they give it to you and then they say this is prasadam. Right? So any blessings which comes from and which has been blessed by the Bhagavan is considered to be the prasadam. See, the ordinary rice with the rice and which has been mixed up and then which is cooked as a kheer or whatever is considered to be sadham. And if you present it, if you bring it in front of a god, you offer it to the god and then you give it to people, it becomes prasadam. So sadham becomes prasadam. Anything which is in a round, okay? Anything which is round, even like a garland, it is called haram. Right? It is called haram. But if that round, what you are going through, or the circulation, what you are going through, or you are walking through the divine, it becomes praharam, which is called praharam. The mixture of 5 elements is called pancham, panchabhutam. By the grace of God, the mixture is in the equal proposition which is given, and this universe is formed, which is called prapancham, prapancham. So anything with the divinity's blessing is considered to be praha. Pra becomes the pranava, or pra becomes the importance, primary. So the sadham, which becomes prasadam, now the even one more word the Bhishmacharya adds, which is called suprasada. Suprasada, which is very good, the best, what you are going to get. So what does it mean? Suprasada, one who gives you, one who does the good favor for you anytime. The person who is ready to give you all the good favors. That is one thing which we need to understand. God is very neutral to everyone. Doesn't matter whether you are an enemy, whether it doesn't matter whether you are a good person, bad person, nothing else. God is very neutral. As long as there is a limitation for you, when you cross the limit, then God will know how to pull you. So it doesn't matter whoever it is. Say, for example, Shishubala is one of the person who doesn't like Krishna. Right? Who doesn't like Krishna? And then in the open Sabha, where the Rajasuya Yagam is done, where every kings are there. When Bhishmacharya says, give the first prominence to Krishna, because he is one of the Paramatma who is sitting in this palace, to Dharma. So Dharma wants to give him the importance. So when he walks near to give the present that the primary importance to him, then Shishubala stands up and curses him like anything. Keeps on cursing him, keeps on cursing him, keeps on cursing. 100 times he is scolding him with all the nigraha, dushta nigraha. So he is scolding him like anything. Dhurmantra. So Krishna is pleasantly sitting and listening to it. He never responded anything. He never even reacted. The moment it crossed 100, then what happened? Then he showed who he is. Krishna stood up and he took his chakrayuda and then finished the case for the Sisubala. And even the Sisubala was killed. Vyasa writes in his Mahabharatam that the Atma Jyoti of Sisubala comes and merges to Krishna. That everyone witnessed it in that Sabha. So what does it mean? Even if you do something bad, Swami or God is always there to forgive and try to take you in his path. So this is why we say he has the greatest daya. Apara karuna sindham. So he has that karunya that he can even forgive whoever it is. That's why he has forgiven Ravana. He has given the moksha of Sisubala. He has given moksha for Kumbhakarna. So many people, whoever, even they cursed Bhagavan. So that's what we say, Suprasadaha. It should be our good fortune that we need to understand that and then we need to do our prayers. That doesn't mean that, okay, God is going to forgive us. That doesn't mean that you take it granted that you do all the sins. Am I right? So you keep on doing the sins because God will forgive me and the day will come, then I can go. No, not like that. So it is very important. Let us reduce the sin so that God will be very much happy for us. So that is very important. So that's why we say Suprasadaha. Suprasadaha means he is giver of a good fortune. So only thing is we need to understand God is always granting you good fortune. He's always there to grant you the good fortune. Only thing we need to be very well present to receive it. To be very well present to receive it. Very important. Prasannatma. The next word it says Prasannatma. Oh wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Prasanna Atma Prasannatma. Atma, soul. Atma, the highest existence. The Atma, the highest one. And how it is? Prasannaha. Prasannaha means at now. Very clear he is in the presence. Okay? Very clear. Nothing. No deviation. He is very clear. And he is always at present now. Clearly he decides. His mind is very delighted. His mind is very clear. He doesn't have anything like, I need this, I need that, I have a this, I have a likes and dislike. Nothing like that. He is very clear. So that is why we say he is a Prasannatma. He neither desires nor he wants anything. He is very, very neutral. He is very neutral. So he doesn't have any passion or inertia. He doesn't have any passion. He doesn't go crave for something else. So that's why he's a very neutral person. He doesn't need it. See, human mind is always behind desires. Understand? Human mind is always behind desires. We chase desires and keep on chasing and chasing and chasing. That's why we never get tired. Even Janma after Janma, you are chasing it. Doesn't matter from last janma, from punarjanma, or after the next janma also you will be chasing something, because this is the vasana what you are developing over the janmas, and then you are trying to chase. Keep on doing it, keep on doing it, keep on doing it. But God doesn't need that, because He's out of it. He doesn't have any desire, He doesn't have any passion, He doesn't have anything. Raha Dvesha. He doesn't have anything on that. So that is why he is very clear. His mind is very clear. He is always at the present. He never thinks about past. He never thinks about future. He is always in the present. All right? So Chinmayananda says, always your mind is always a dirty weapon which always slips between the past and the future, never at the present. Your mind is a dirty tool which always slips between the past and the future. It is never ever in the present. It is always like that. So it always wanders. Either it goes to past or it goes to the future, never in the present. So that means you are not enjoying what you are doing at present. You are not at present here. You are not receiving it. So if you are at the present, you know how you are blessed. Am I right? So you know how much you are divine, how much we are blessed to get the divinity. So that is the problem of the human mind, because this is always, it slips between these two. But God doesn't need anything, because God is very much in the presence. Right? So that's why we say it is very blissful. How they are blissful? Because number one, very important verse, what we always remember, that even that sutra what Krishna has told to Arjuna, chapter number 2, in Sankhya Yoga, in Bhagavad Gita, beautifully said, Nistrai Guna Bhava Arjuna. Be without three gunas. Go beyond the three gunas. Nistrai Guna Bhava Arjuna. So why he says this very specifically, that you have to go beyond the three gunas? Let us understand. Beautifully given. The commentary given by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi for this verse, I think it runs until 2 to 3 pages there. He says beautifully, because the thing is, three gunas are the thing which always triggers the action. The gunas are the one which always triggers you the action. The gunas are the one which always creates you all the things. Whether you want a desire, whether you want to work on it, whether you want to go for it, whether you want to be lethargic, everything the gunas are triggering. So if you go beyond this thing, that means you are out of that action. So what happened? You're stepping out of that. So what is the only process? That you have to transcend, and then only you can get out of it. So when you are in the transcendence, when you establish with that being, and that being is there permanently in you, which we always refer to as cosmic consciousness stage. If you are in the cosmic consciousness stage, then you perform the karma yoga, then there is no. This is the sutra. What Krishna is advising to Arjuna. So that is called Prasannatma. Prasannatma. Because he is like that. He is performing karma. Because Krishna told openly, Arjuna, I don't need anything to perform. In Karma Yoga, he says, I don't need anything to perform, yet I am performing karma. I don't need to do anything. At the command of my things, I can get anything else in this universe, but yet I am performing karma. So it is very important how you are when you are performing karma. So that type of understanding, that type of atmic stage is what we are referring as Prasannatma. Prasannatma. Beautiful. So to understand that these gunas are very important for us to develop. So meditating these namas itself can give you the clarity of mind. Meditating these gunas can give you that type of, at least we will imbibe some of the qualities in our mind. Okay? So next Nama, so Prasanna, Suprasada Prasannatma Vishwadrik. Vishwadrik. What does Vishwadrik mean? So one who rules. One who rules. According to Parasara Bhattar, it is called Vishwaruk. So he says one who has created. Almost similar. One who is created. So when you go for Druk or when you say Vishwaruk, doesn't matter. So what does it mean? That one who has created or one who is the ruler of this. So directly we are talking about the leadership, what we are talking. One who takes control of this universe. Right? One who rules our mind. One who controls our inner abilities. One who controls the entire universe. Everything is under his action. So then we say he is the person who is the controller of this world. Okay? So this is why we say him as a Vishwadruk, one who controls, one is the leader for that. When you say creator, we know that from whom everything has been emerged, from whom everything has come out, right? As per Vishnu Purana. The Vishnu Purana says the Vishnu is the prime God from whom the Brahma started. Brahma, then Vishnu gave the Vedas to him, and the Vedas have been protected by the Brahma. And Brahma, using the Vedas, he started creation. The creation all started from Brahma. So this is Vishnu Purana state. So when we consider that also, so the entire creation of the universe is coming from that one particular Paramatma, who is nothing but the Vishnu Murti, who is nothing but Sattva Guna. Is embodiment of Sattva Guna. Right? So that's why we always pray that, right? So we say Shiro Dhanva Pratese Susimani Vilasat Saikate Mautikana. What does it mean? What is the symbol of all those things? Sattva Guna. All white. Pure white, he says, right? Everything is white. Correct. Shantakaram akarartha iti shantaha. Shantakaram bhujakasayanam. So Shanta akaraka means what? He is in the Sattva Guna. So Sattva Guna creates the things. So you have to be at that level. So he is the creator. That means what? It is the Sattva Guna which is the foundation. So Sattva Guna creates the Rajo Guna. Rajo Guna only dynamic. Understand this, very important. Sattva Guna creates the Rajo Guna. When it becomes hyper, it is Rajo Guna. So Rajo Guna becomes the Brahma. Brahma only the hyperactive, because then he becomes dynamic. He creates. Procreation, everything comes from the Brahma. When there is a creation, when there is someone who is in the stability who is going to give, there should be some destruction process need to be there, because there should be a transformation, transmigration, destruction need to be there. Who is that? Rudraha. Tamoguna. So we need a Rudramurti who can give you transformation. So Rudramurti not to be considered as just a destruction. Rudramurti considered to be transformation. He transforms you from one to another, one stage to another. Metamorphosis done by Rudra. That's why in the Chamaham we request, we submit. There is 300 to 350 type of Chame, Mayachame, Priyanchame, Kamaschame. What is Chame? Chame, give me. To whom you are asking for? The fellow who is destroying, you are going to ask him. Senchame, Mayaschame, Priyanchame, Sayananchame, Suchame, Prasuchame, Sayananchame, I want to sleep. To whom you are requesting? To Shiva. Why? Because transformation from active to sleep is a different transformation. You have to study the Rudram in that form. You have to understand the Rudram in that way. Everything is transformation. I'm eating food, it has to be digested. Chiranam chame. That is where you are requesting all this. That means you have all these three guys sitting there, Trimurtis. This is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. So that's how we are talking about the creator of this thing. So who is there, who gives you all the basic elements, what we want. Vishwa Book. The next one is called Vishwa Book. The one who is a protector, who pervades in all the things and who protects everything. To be a pervasive fellow who is pervading in everything, he should enjoy the things what he has created. He should enjoy the things. Right? He should understand these things. Book. He enjoys. He swallows. Book means eating. Okay, bhojanam vidhi bhokti. Bhok. Bhog. We are saying, right? So when you go to the temple, we say priti, bhog. What is bhog? Bhoktihi. Who eats, who swallows. So he is a person who can even eat the entire universe. That means what? At the pralaya kalam, everything goes into him. That means what? What is the understanding we have? We say Vishnu Murti is the Sattva Guna. That means everything should dissolve into the Sattva Guna. Am I right? Everything should dissolve into Sattva Guna. So you go into a deeper and then you become that and you become that and you have been totally gone. So you merge into Sattva. Then the Sattva, if that wants, it gives the reverberation from the Sattva, the dynamism will come and then the things will emanate. The entire Kriya will always be starting. So this is what we understand, Vishwa Book. So that means he is a person who can consume the entire universe, who can absorb entire universe. Right? Vishwa Book. Vipuhu. Vipuhu. Meaning he has got a special appearance. He has taken very special appearances for different times and different forms. Okay? So that is what we say Vipuhu. So he has come in multiple forms, special forms, multiple forms. Chakurma, Varaha, so many things. Whatever the special, what we need, he has come into it. And it is under the chapter number 10 in Gita, Vibhuti Yoham, where Lord Krishna has narrated all his type of avatars, right from the universe, right from what he is, what he is, what he is, what he is. He has narrated everything to Arjuna. Under the Vibhuti Yogam, what are all the different things what he has. Okay? Starting from this slokam number 21 to slokam number 38, you can see that what are all his different Vibhuti. Vibhuti means what are all his forms. He himself says, I am Yajna. In Kala, I am Vasanta. In Masa, I am Margasirsha. In Veda, I am Sama. Among the cows, I am Kamadhenu. So he has given so many declarations. He has given what he is, what is his role, what is his form. So these are all the special forms what he has taken to come to this universe and to give the guidance for us in a different way. So that is called Vipuhu. So next one is called Satkarta. Satkartaha. Sat means good. Karta, one who does the good. One who does the good. That means they only think good. They only think good. Am I right? They only understand only the good. They will honor the good. They will honor the good. Beautifully said. Which avatar was like that? Rama. Rama Avatara never said even the Kaigeyi has done anything bad to him. He said Kaigeyi has also given me a help so that she has given me this boon to come to the forest so that I can serve to this forest creatures. Who will think about it like that? That is why he is a different leader. He is a leader who has to be understood, who has to be studied everywhere. Rama is totally a different character. How can you think about even the thing what has been done to you? It's like a bad thing what is done to you. But still, he says, Kaikeyi has done me a favor because Ayodhya, the Dasharatha's kingdom, includes the forest also. So my mother has made me to come here to serve to these creatures. He was so that is the understanding. By his anger, he could have killed Ravana. The first day, the Ravana is standing there. All of a sudden, he jumps into the battlefield. He wants to go and fight with Rama. So what happens? He loses all his weapons. He is Nirayatapani, who is standing in front of Rama. If Rama could have decided, the first day itself, the Yuddham could have been done. The fight is concluded, then Ravana Vadam has been done and then everything is done. So because he is Nirayatapani, without any weapons, he is standing there. Right? What did Rama say? Indru poi naaleva. Go today, come back tomorrow, let us fight. Go today. Because as per the grammar, see the grammar he is thinking. As per ethics or war ethics, grammar, you should have a weapon. You don't have a weapon. You're standing without any weapon, nothing. So go today, come tomorrow, equipped, we will fight. So Ravaneshwara went back to his kingdom in shame. That fellow is a great warrior. But he went back to his palace. This is not my words. Kamban says, Veeramum kalatte vitte verangayyodu naharkan. Everything he dropped. Everything he dropped. Because he didn't have anything. He lost everything. No weapons in his hands. Then what happened? Including his courage, he has dropped in the war place and then he went to his palace without anything. So that you can understand Rama's magnanimity is something which is pure beyond. That's why Swami always says, always what you need to do, we have to see only good in anything. Hear no evil, hear only good. See no evil, see only good. Talk no evil, talk only good. Right? So this is very important words. So this is the way to God, Swami says. This is the only way that you can see only. See, hear, smell, touch, feel. All your senses should only be taking goodness. Take only good. Leave all the negativities. Leave all the negativity. Right? Very important. So what you have to remember, that's what Thiruvalluvar in his Tirukkural says, Nandri Marappadu Nandrandru. Anyone who has done you upakar, anyone who has made you even a small help, that is called Nandri. Anyone who has done a good help, or a small help, an assistance, Nandri. Nandri Marappadu Nandrandru. Don't forget that. And what you need to forget? Nandralladai. So that which is not to be thought to be in your thought. Forget about it. That means what you have done to someone, forget it. Remember what someone has done to you. Remember the goodness. So this is how you have to keep in your mind. Because see, our brain is also, it is also like a microchip or something. It also has some capacity, right? We don't know how many GB it can or how many terabytes and megabytes it can have. So we do not have to dump all the negativities also inside there, right? Because our brain doesn't have that capacity to keep many things there. So what you need to do? Only put the goodness then probably what we do sometimes, you want to compress your C drive and to clean your disk, right? So same way, this is better to clean your disk in your mind. Always keep the good and remove the bad. So it will what happen? It will be good, so that your memory power storage will be increased. So this is the best way. This is what Swami gives you, that keep the good in your mind, forget all the bad things, including what someone has done to you, forget it. It's easy way. So that you don't need to keep all these things in your mind, because our mind is also having a capacity for us, right? So this is why we say honor the good. Satkarta, Sakritaha. Kritajnaha means one who adores, one who worships, one who always praises, one who been praised by who? The Sat peoples. The peoples who are very honest, especially sadhus. Right? So they praised. They did puja. Because he is always behind the Satkrita. So he is always for Satkarta. So that is basically why we say people love these people. So we can see that sadhus and sannyasis of different age, when Rama was there in the forest, they came, they visited. They want to see Rama. They want to be with Rama. They want to have a companion with Rama. That is how they want to live. They liked it. So that's why they say during Ramavataram, all the rishis, right? All the rishis were seeing the Rama, and then they got into moksha. And then some of them, they want to be with the God. They said that Rama, if you are taking the next avatara, I want to be with you. But the problem is, in the Rama avatara, I was like a sannyasi. You are there. I can't even go touch and be with you, right? So with your companionship anytime. Because when you came, we had a darshan, that's it. Because Rama was visiting so many rishis and he was moving. So we were like that. We are just visiting you. We are just having darshan. We want to live with you. We want to stay with you. What we can do? Rama told, very simple. I'm going to take the next avatar, which is Krishna. You all will be gopikas. Come, we will do merry playing, chanting, dancing, do everything. What a great gift the gopikas had. All these rishis were born as gopikas. They were dancing. They were holding Krishna. They were hugging him. So we think it is a Rasa Leela. It is not Rasa Leela. It is a devotional thing. What happened between? It is a yoga between these rishis who has transformed into gopikas, and then they were having that divinity proximity. They were in the bliss. They were enjoying the companionship of Krishna. And every rishis, every gopikas enjoyed, including Radha. So that is the reality. So that means what? Sakritaha. Sadhus were thronging to see. Sadhus want to meet. Sadhus want to play. So that is why we say Sakritaha. Sadhu who? He himself is a sadhu. One who carries out all this Sat Karyaha. He takes care of his devotees. Very, very important. That is the very important one, what he always carries out in his mind. Anytime, whenever there is a disturbance for his devotees, he is there. It is like a promise what he always takes into his mind. Okay? He's always there. He carries them. He always takes them into his fold, and he always tries to protect them. Okay? That's why we always take into consideration that Swami is always with us. And he will always be with us. He will guide us. He will give you the direction. Only thing is you should be aware of the God, divine presence. Right? So if we are not aware, then you keep on searching. Janma, 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 you have to do it. Because God is always there. In Kali Yuga, it is very simple. You call because God is there. He says, in Kali Yuga, God is very much pleasant. You just call Him with devotion. He is ready to come. Not like other yugas where you have to do tapas, you have to do yajna, nothing like that. You have to do viratas, nothing like that. In Kali Yuga, they say Namasmarana. Why Namasmarana? God is ready to come if you call Him with devotion. But the only problem is we are not calling Him with the devotion because it is a fight between human and the God, because God is thinking whether this fellow will call me with the devotion, and we fellows, no, we have our own ego. No, we won't call you. Even I call, there is a purpose for my calling. So there is always a tough bite because there is a ego, human ego clash with the God. So that is where there is a gap. Right? So we see that. So in Kali Yuga, this is the problem, what we are having today. So we need to understand He is there as to protect any devotee. So that is really a greatest state, what He is giving us. Okay? Sadhu. Jakhnu. Jakhnur. He is one of the Maharishi. He is one of the Maharishi. And there is a thing they say that there is about this Rishi when Bhagirath, right? So Bhagirath person, we know the story of Bhagirathan, who is also from the Raghuvamsha. Okay. So he wants to give the moksha, or he wants to liberate his Pitrus, who are his ancestors, who are also wandering there in the place. So what he did is he went to the Brahmadeva first, and then he was asking what I need to do so that my ancestors can be released, so that they can go to the Sargalogam or whatever the lokas as per their Papa Punyas, and then if they want to take a birth, they can come back. Then Brahma told, it is not under my hand. You have to do the tapas for Ganga, because Ganga is the only person who can make you all the sanctity things she can only give. So then he does tapas for Ganga. Ganga appears. Ganga says, okay, I'm fine, but the problem is I'm from Akasha. If I'm going to fall down, my gravity will be heavy. Who is going to take me? So then he comes back to the Brahma and he says, well, who is going to take? Because Ganga is giving me this condition that if she comes, it will be very force. How we can stop the force and what we can do. Then Brahma thinks and he says, there is only one person who can do it, is only Shiva. Go and call him Shiva, do the penance. So then he goes back, he does tapas for so many years, he brings the Shiva, and Shiva asks what? So this is the condition. Now the problem is Ganga wants to come. See how many years he has spent for to get his ancestors the real Swargalokam or anything he was doing. That's why we always say in a beautiful word in those days. I still remember my grandmother, grandfather will always say, whoever is very much determined to do a thing, they will say it's called Bahirada Prayartanam. It's called Bahirada Prayartanam. That means determination. Went to Brahma, did tapas. Went to Ganga, did tapas. Now back to Brahma, again tapas. Now back to Shiva, he's doing tapas. Now Shiva says, what is the problem? See, this is the problem. Ganga says if she is falling down, someone has to take it. Okay, never mind. Call now Ganga. I am there to hold it. Ganga says, oh, I am going to be forceful. Shiva told, come, just start. Ganga forcefully falls. Entire thing under his jata he has holded. And they say just only one hair of the jata, what he has taken out, that one hair of Ganga is what is flowing here today. That means the other entire Ganga is there in his jata. right? One hair of Ganga, just he took one strand of his hair and through which the Ganga is flowing out. That is what is running now throughout the Bharatadesha. You can understand. Then that comes and then the Ganga falls on its ancestors' thing and then they get the moksha. So this is called Bahirada Prayartanam. During this process, when Ganga wants to fall down, there is one of the rishi who says, don't do this. Because if you are going to go to the Bhulokam, what happens? Your sanctity will go. How you are going to be protected? So he is the one person who is one of the sadhu who said, don't go. And his name is called Jakhnu. So his name is called Jakhnu. So what does it mean? Who is the person who is hidden? Who puts a indirectly invisible and obstacles? Who is behind certain things? Jakhnu. So Narayana is also Jakhnu. Okay? So that means what? All the time you are not able to see him because of our ignorance, basically. It is our ignorance. Because see, the problem is, sometimes I will always think about this way. If the world gets enlightened easily, then God doesn't have any work. So what happens? Where is the creation? Where is the next Janmas? Where the people are going to come? So we have to get into the next Janma. The Punarabhijanaram, Punarabhimaranam has to come. So that's why he is not going to give the enlightenment for anyone. So there will be always an element of ignorance, which has always been there. Then how we are going to get, as long as your nervous system is not going to be refined, you are not going to get it. So when do you get your nervous system refined? Unless you transcend. When you are going to get transcendence, unless you understand what is transcendence. So the problem is, if you sit for the transcendence, you will have lot of obstacles. See how the world works. The prapancha has got its own leela. There is always these obstacles and everything that comes with the combination for you. So you don't need to call them. They will always be ready for you. So these are called Jaknur. Who are they? These are all the peoples who are hidden. Obstacles are your hidden Jaknu, who is always there for you. Right? Anything when you start, there is always a first obstacle. Am I right? First you want to do. You don't know how you're doing it. You want to write something. When you read again, you will see how miserably I have written this. Yeah, Jaknu has to come. Because unless otherwise you clear this, you are not going to get into the next stage. So it is the transformation which happens with you. It's very important one, very important. So don't get defeated by all these things. This is the universal package. Anything, this package is always there for you. You have to cross. So because it is also created by Vishnu. Because he is trying to see how far you are determined to cross this. Because people will always start. You know that, right? So people will always start. They will always say that as per the business study, they say that 100 people start their business. How many people go to the second year? Only 2%. Only 2% of the people of the population, they go to the second year successfully. It's a study. It's true. Like you see that people run in the marathon race. How many people succeed? It's easy that everyone can join. Everyone says, I'm interested. Why so many? We know that in our class, how many people joined? How many people are remaining? Right? How many people remain? Because this is the life. This is Chaknur. Narayano. Right? So this is why we say he is always hidden. He is there. He tried to give you those things. These obstacles are basically for you to test. Are you crossing this? In that time, you have to think about that divine is there. I'm doing this for you, and then you be with me. I'm going to help and run this life. So that is why we say we need to have the Japa. The next Nama is a very famous Nama. What is it? Narayana. It's a beautiful Nama, one of the Taraka Nama. As I told you, this Nama has got a lot of understanding. This Nama has got a lot of understanding. We have Narayana Upanishad, which talks about where is Narayana. Right? Narayana Parabrahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha. Narayano Paro Jyotir Atma Narayana Paraha. Narayana Suttam. Chaitri Narayana. Right? Yasya kinchit tat jagat sarvam drishyate sarvato vyaha. Antarbahija tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitihi. So antarbahita tat sarvam, the entire universe is only Narayana. Beautifully said. In one of the commentator, Radhakrishna Shastrigal says, even a person who has consumed poison, if he says Narayana Shabdam, the poison will not do anything. Who is the evidence for that? Prahalada is evidence. We have a right mode, the Bhagavata Purana, in Prahalada we have the evidence that it has been done. Right? Is it that true? Yes, one of the Palashruti you will say, Sankitya Narayana Saptamatram Vimukta Dukkha Sukhino Bhavantu. You will see that. Sankita Narayana Saptamatram Vimukta Dukkha. So just listening Narayana Shabda. What is going to happen? That will take all your dukkha and make you in the pleasant side. So, Narayana Shabdam is the greatest Tarakam. Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo. Because Narayana is the Atma. Naraha is Atma. Ayana is Atma's direction. Naraha, human. Human means basically we are talking about Atma, soul. Ayana means direction. Follow the direction of the Atma, Atmic life, Atmic level, Atmic direction. That is what we say Narayana. So Narayana is everywhere. To understand that Narayana is present everywhere, Narayana Nama is. So when you do the Japam with the Narayana, then the Narayana will help us. That's why if you see that the great Shankaracharyas and all, when they conclude the speech, they will say the last three words, Narayana, Narayana. The Narayana is very great Shabda. So we have to always do the Japam. So that has given here, commentators have given beautifully many understanding in it. So you also know many meaning about Narayana. So just touching, it's a very important Shabdam. It is a very important mantra also for us to chant every day. Narayana. Okay? Because it's an important one. As we say, Keshava Narayana Madhava Govinda. Second, Keshava Narayana Madhava Govinda. Vishnu Madhusudhana Trivikrama. So you have that namas, right? Dvatasa Namani. So Narayana, next one. Keshava, first one. Keshavaha, Kesihi, idi Keshaha. So when do you say Keshava? When you step out of your house, you say Keshava. That means who gives you the direction correctly. Narayana brings you all the courage, stability, and everything. That's why we have these 12 namas to be repeated. Okay? And the last nama says Naraha. Who is Naraha? Is basically imperishable. Here, Nara means doesn't talk about the human, it is talking about the Atman. When you talk about Naraha, Naraha means we are talking about Atma. Naraha means who is the leader, supreme, who is supreme for us. So, he who leads us in everything. So, because he is Narayana, that's why he is leading. He is leading our Atma. The moksham is given by him. Moksha prapti is given by him. Clear? That's why we can see all Dasavadaras, he has given all the mokshas to who? Even the Rakshasas, even the demons. He has given the moksha. So it is possible. So that's why we need to always bow down for him. That's why we say, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhudur, Dhrivani Dharma Dharmama. Right? Ananyas Chantayantoman, Yejana Paryupashate, Desha Nityabhiyuktana, Yohakshemam Mahamyam. And he has also given the word Paritranaya Sadhuna, Vinashaya Tatushkratam, Dharma Samstapanardaya, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. I will appear, I will come, Yuga Yuga. Every Yugas I am going to come. Beautifully said. And you have to read the commentary of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi for this. Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. He has given a beautiful commentary on that. So is it really the Krishna who is going to reincarnate? He says, no, Krishna is within you. He is going to come because you become that, and that has been realized, and then everyone become Krishna. So that's how the Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So this is a beautiful understanding, because why we are reading all these gunas and characters of the Bhagavan? Because you become that. Remember, one of the commentaries written by Parachara Bhattas, what is the name of the commentary? Bhagavat Guna Tarpanam. So Tarpanam means mirror, Bhagavat Gunaha, that which reflects the mirror, that which reflects the guna. It is very simple. You just go in front of the mirror will show you your face. The mirror will show you. Right? If you have the divinity is shown back to you. So that means what? This mirror is there to reflect the gunas of Bhagavan. So you read this daily so that you imbibe these gunas in you, and then you become that Tattvamasi. And you reflect it. We can say how many of these gunas I am going to take. Even just take one guna and practice. That's what Shirdi Baba told to Shama. Just take one. Understand one nama each day. Shirdi Baba's statement. Understand one nama each day. That's enough. That means understanding means what? Reflect that guna each day. Then what happens? Some gunas will stay with you. You become that. If you are even 0.001% of divinity, that is good. Some transformation will happen. So that is why we are aiming to get that by reading these great epics. Okay? So that is basically what we have seen under this verse. It's a beautiful verse where we see Narayana Shabdam. So you can also chant the Narayana Mantram every day, any time, so that you will get more and more of prosperity. So with that, we will stop here today, and then the rest of the verse we will do it in the next session. Hari Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanabha Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yat Sakalam Parasmai नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। यदक्षरपदप्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतादेव नारायण नमोऽस्तुते। विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम। अन्यदाचरणं नास्ति त्वमेव चरणं मम। तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष जनार्दन। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाम्। को ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम्। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि जय साई।